Welcome to some of my favorite things about Cyberpunk 2077 and what makes Cyberpunk so fun to me that I actually play it quite a bit right now. If you do agree with any of my opinions, please let me know down in the comments, and you can let me know down in the comments what is your favorite thing about Cyberpunk, what makes it a great or just an amazing game to you, like the side content, whatever. Just let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy to read all of them. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoy it at any point in the video, because it genuinely does help me out a lot. And without wasting much more of your time, let's begin. Now look, Cyberpunk, it has quite a bit of content in it. And it's been like this for a while, that a game has a lot of content, just like RDR2. And that's really why I fell in love with games like these. And it's honestly super rare to see games that have stuff aside of story, and stuff like these just make the world seem alive and so fun. So at number 5 for me, I got some encounters. At first glance, there aren't really a lot of encounters you see during your journeys, but you need to be in the right time at the right place for them to happen. One of my favorite ones is there's a cyber psycho you can encounter in Zane's shop. The first time you see it, it genuinely just catches you off guard, because you're just genuinely having a good chat with Zane, and they just show up out of nowhere. Now, your task is very simple. Defeat or try to hold the cyber psychosis as long as possible until the myth, the legend, max stack arrived. And look, a very funny fact that I just learned that I want to share with you is that if you did watch the teaser trailer, this girl's name is Melissa, who has been captured by Maxstack. And the same woman we can see during that encounter is Melissa. Now she's a part of Maxstack, which just shows you that they don't give two fucks who they hire. The more dangerous you are, the better. You have the higher chance of applying for their Maxstack team. And honestly, Melissa is one psycho bitch. The shit she talks about after killing the cyber psycho is fucking insane. It just shows she ain't changed one bit on how she used to be. She's still some psycho motherfucker.
Nice work. You feel that back there? Feel his life leave his body?
Always just wipe him? You know, heard therapy can sometimes work.
Apprehending the target alive carries additional risk for bystanders. Rarely done. Very rarely.
Rarely? More like never. How many psychos you save in your life?
Don't change the subject. You felt him die. Did you like it? That split second when the blood still flows, but his light's gone out?
Now, the first video I made in Cyberpunk, I mentioned that cyber psychosis are one of my favorite things about the game, and I still stand by that. It's just there are so many you can find around the map. There's sometimes you can find them in the mountains, sometimes you can find them in the pier, whatever. They're everywhere. And the game just makes it a bit more harder for you to try to keep them alive, to not fully kill them. And as someone who plays throwing knives, and all the knives either have either bleed out mods or poison mods, it's a bit harder to me, because I have to wait for the effect to slowly drain and pray to God that it just doesn't fully kill them. And to make cyber psychosis a bit more fun, you can find the lore. What caused this cyber psychosis? What happened to go to this point? And there is one cyber psychosis I think I found it difficult. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was a bit of the most difficult ones. Now, I remember, all I can tell you is that there was kind of this ritual, and she kind of you can see her teleporting everywhere, the beginning. She just teleports every fucking where. And at one point she just kind of gets off the freezer, and there she is. Now, she's actually extremely quick, and you have to be quite careful with her. The only way I could find while killing her was I was just playing around the Rosie, and every time she was following me, I would just throw a grenade and try to do as much damage as possible. So with these kind of cyber psychosis, it's just basically a test for you. There's quite a bit you can find, which makes it even a bit more fun. There's some in the Badlands are pretty far, and I think those are the most annoying in my opinion. Next up, I've got gigs. Now, there's a lot of fixers you can find basically around Punk 2077. Now, if you don't know, fixer is basically a middleman who gets the work from someone who's looking to do a job, and they relay it to a merc and they share the winnings. Now, there are a few of them which I'll tell you about. Some of the fixers you will see during your playthrough are Dakota Smith, Dino Donovich, Muhammad El Capitan, one of my favorites actually, Regina Jones, Rogue, Sebastian Padre, Mr. Hands, Wakako Okada, and a few more that you can find around with like mods and stuff like that. But long story short, these were the main ones, and let's not forget Dexter Deshawn. He is the worst fixer in my opinion. Now, if you want to see a video where I rank my favorite fixers, please, I'll do that 100%. I quite like that idea. But now, honestly, some of the gigs you can get from these people are insane. I like quite a bit of Regina Jones as well, because she has a lot for you, and I think she has the most jobs out of every fixer. There's like, I think 23, if I'm not mistaken, you can find around, and I've almost completed all of the gigs for them. On the left, I've got 2 for the I forgot Mr. Hands, yeah, because I started a new playthrough as female V. This is the first time I'm doing a playthrough with her, but I've had 2 more gigs, and if I'm not mistaken, I have to complete Phantom Liberty to get those other 2 gigs, because you have to pretend to be Aguilar or something like that. I forgot its name, and you have to basically choose the new leader of Dogtown, whatever. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is, those last 2 gigs. But what makes gigs so interesting is there's sometimes they can be extremely easy, as simple as just getting in and stealing something. Other times they can be pretty damn difficult. Now that I play with, I try to be a sneaky motherfucker a lot of the time. I'll try to not get caught. I'll still kill people, but when the game gives me the choice to be optional, it just tells you to be more sneaky, not get caught or not raise the alarm. It kind of puts adrenaline in your fucking veins, because I've been playing this no problem for a while now, and now when I see that, I just know I'm gonna get fucked at least a couple of times, because when you're doing a playthrough, when you don't want to really get noticed and you're only using, for example, 2 throwing knives and maybe Her Majesty pistol, it's just so simple to go around and not get noticed. But when the game tells you to not be noticed, it's a whole nother level. It just puts you that little pressure. And recently I had one with, I think it was either Wakado or Regina, I can't remember. But there's basically this new fixer. She is pretty damn powerful. She has mantis blades on her arms and shit. And you just gotta get in there and steal the data bank. And you have to do this without raising the alarm, which again is optional. But the harder part was very simple. I just had to kill a few people in the lobby, get elevator access, and then I had to kill both of them. But as soon as I shot one of them, the alarm would instantly go on. So what I had to do, I had to stealthy kill them. I had to go from the back and kill them with F or R, whatever, non-lethal takedown, whatever. But yeah, gigs are some of the best ever. I don't know if I haven't seen a game actually provide gigs so entertaining. All of them have different dialogue, different story, different prices depending on how you did it, and also if you basically did the task without having to get noticed. If it gave you that option, you can get more money. And now I think one of my favorite gigs that I have done so far is, let me think about it. I can tell you the worst, 100%. I can tell you the worst. I forgot the name, but it's basically when you go into the club of Mr. Hands and you have to find some woman. The whole building is a shit show. There's so many loops you can go through. You need to overcharge, and you need some technical ability to max. It's a fucking shit show. I can't remember quite the bit of the name. You have to kind of kill the sun. It's complicated, okay? I can't remember quite exactly. But one of my favorites, I think, is Lina Melina. Alright, I think that's what it's called. It's basically where you have to save this copycat of this famous girl. And it's honestly so hilarious, because they genuinely get along after that if you did the good choices when talking to them, and it's honestly super fucking entertaining. Well, those are my favorite things about Cyberpunk 2077. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning, please let me know your favorite things about the game, and I shall check them out. And again, thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you did enjoy, be sure to subscribe, because it does help me out a lot. And I shall see you tomorrow for a new video. Goodbye. Mwah!